Assalamu alaikum, my friends. Ever stare at the ocean or sky and think, how could this just happen by chance? No way. Allah's creations, like octopuses, whales, ants, and clouds, are so mind-blowing they scream His intelligence. These are not random animals or weather. They're proof of a perfect creator. Today we're diving into 4 creations that make you wonder. How could anyone doubt Allah? We'll unpack their crazy features, from octopus blood to cloud lightning, and reflect on why they point to Allah's greatness. Comment below. What in nature makes you say Subhanallah? Let's get started. This is gonna be wild. The Quran says in Surah Fusilat verse 53, "We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth." That's what octopuses, whales, ants, and clouds do. Their signs so perfect they shut down any skeptic. How could a creature with 3 hearts or a cloud heavier than a plane just happen? Science keeps finding stuff the Quran already hinted at, like how God designed every detail. Did you know an octopus's blood is blue-green because it uses copper, not iron? Or that ants talk with chemicals? These facts aren't accidents, they're Allah's power. Let's check out these 4 creations and ask, how could anyone say there's no God? First, octopuses. These sea ninjas are unreal. They've got 8 arms, 3 hearts, and can change color to vanish into coral, sand, or rocks. Their skin has tiny cells called chromatophores that switch colors in a split second like a living LED screen. Scientists say their copper-based blood, called hemocyanin, carries oxygen better in cold, deep water. That's why it's blue-green, not red, like ours. Octopuses are so smart they solve mazes, open jars, and even escape aquariums. Amazing fact. One octopus named Inky broke out of a New Zealand zoo by squeezing through a pipe the size of a quarter. No bones, just pure flexibility. The Quran says in Surah An-Nahl verse 65, "Indeed, in that is a sign for a people who listen. Every detail, 3 hearts, blue blood, camouflage, is tuned for survival." How could anyone doubt Allah's greatness? Skeptics say life evolved by chance, but could random mutations make a creature this complex? The odds are like tossing a coin and getting heads 1,000,000,000 times in a row. Octopuses are a masterpiece, like a painting no one could claim was accidental. Surah Ar-Ra'd verse 4 says, "For people who reflect, there are signs." Reflect on this. Allah gave octopuses intelligence to thrive in a tough ocean. If He can design that, how can we doubt His plan for us? When you're amazed by an octopus, you're seeing Allah's power in action. Now wait, we're just warming up. Next is a creature so big its tongue weighs as much as a car. Don't click away, this one's insane. Now whales. These are the biggest animals ever, period. A blue whale can grow to 100 feet, longer than a basketball court, and weigh 200 tons. Their tongue alone is heavier than an elephant. Whales have a thick layer of blubber, fat up to a foot thick, that keeps them warm in icy oceans and stores energy for months without eating. They sing songs that travel thousands of miles through water, like a global concert. Scientists record these deep, eerie melodies with underwater mics, and humpback whales even change their tunes yearly, like dropping new hits. Amazing fact, a whale's heartbeat can be heard 2 miles away. It's that loud. The Quran says in Surah An-Nur verse 41, "Whatever is in the heavens and earth glorifies Allah." Whales' songs feel like tasbih, praising their creator. How could skeptics deny Allah's greatness? Some say whales just evolved over millions of years, but how do you accidentally get a heart the size of a car or songs that cross oceans? Every part, blubber, lungs, vocal cords, is perfectly designed for their massive life. Surah Al-Baqarah verse 164 says, "In the creation of the heavens and earth are signs for people of understanding." Whales are a floating miracle, too precise for chance. When you hear a whale's song, it's like Allah saying, "Look at my power." If He can craft a creature this huge and perfect, how can we question His existence? The next creation is so small you might step on it, but it's got a system smarter than most cities. Guess what it is? Keep watching. Let's talk ants. These tiny champs are everywhere, and they're way more than just picnic crashers. Ant colonies can have millions of ants working like a super organized team. They've got workers who gather food, soldiers who protect, and even farmers who grow fungus to eat. Ants use chemicals called pheromones to talk, leaving scent trails to guide others to food like a natural GPS. They're crazy strong. Scientists say an ant can lift 50 times its weight, like you picking up a truck. Amazing fact, some ants build bridges with their bodies, linking up to cross gaps. The Quran tells us about ants in Surah An-Naml, verse 18, where an ant warns its colony about Prophet Sulaiman's army. How did the Quran know ants communicate? That's Allah. clear as day. How could anyone question Allah's greatness? Skeptics might say ants are just instinct-driven, but how does instinct create a colony with jobs, communication, and engineering? Pheromones, strength, teamwork. It's a system too perfect for random chance. Surah Al-Anfal verse 46 says, "Do not dispute and lose courage." Ants don't argue. They work together, showing Allah's design in unity. When you see an ant trail, it's a reminder. Allah's wisdom is in the smallest things. If He can orchestrate millions of ants, how can we doubt He's real? Okay, one more creation, and it's something you see every day but probably never think about. It's massive, electric, and floats. Any ideas? Let's dive in. Finally, clouds. Clouds look soft and fluffy, but they're heavyweights. A single cloud can weigh 1,000,000 pounds, like 100 elephants stacked up, yet it floats in the sky. They're made of tiny water droplets or ice crystals formed through the water cycle, evaporation, condensation, rain. Clouds carry electrics, charges that unleash lightning with enough power to light a city. Scientists say a lightning bolt can heat the air to 30,000 degrees Celsius, hotter than the sun's surface. Amazing fact, clouds can stretch across entire countries like a blanket. Allah spreads over us. The Quran says in Surah Ar-Ra'd verse 12, "It is He who shows you lightning as fear and hope and generates heavy clouds." Clouds are Allah's sign, balancing water, power, and mercy. How could skeptics ignore Allah's greatness? Some say clouds are just physics, but who set up the water cycle's precision or lightning's controlled chaos? Every droplet, every charge is perfectly timed to sustain life. Surah Az-Zumar verse 21 says, "Do you not see that Allah sends down rain from the sky and makes it flow as springs?" Clouds are a sign too complex for chance. When you see one, it's Allah's mercy on display. If He can hold 1,000,000-pound cloud, how can anyone say He doesn't exist? Octopuses with blue blood, whales with car-sized hearts, ants with chemical GPS, clouds with electric fire. These creations prove Allah's genius. Surah Fusilat verse 53 says His signs are in the horizons and within us. How could anyone see these and doubt a creator? They're not random. They're masterpieces shouting Subhanallah. Reflect on them and you'll feel Allah's greatness in your heart. Which sign, octopus, whale, ant, or cloud, makes you say wow? Comment below. I read everyone. Like and subscribe. For more, Assalamu alaikum. Hit the bell for Monday and Thursday Islamic animations.